It's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol USRM. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. A very nice day here for the chart, although there is definitely some perspective that goes into it. Yeah, the final portion of the day, there is definitely a sell-off, particularly if you look at that final 30 minutes there. Biggest volume bar all day, and it was all selling pressure. But still, that all does go back to perspective. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 3.5 seconds, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. If you care about the big picture of things, then sure, there was a deep pullback. But even with that, from again, big picture, keyword there, the bulls are still in control. The long-term uptrend still has plenty of opportunity to remain intact. And again, it all depends on perspective. So if I'm sitting here and sounding crazy, my guess would be, well, you probably had a different strategy going in. So I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So with that being said, let's get a few updates made. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the green line there. Sure, it still pertains, but from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to have a million lines everywhere, so let's try to keep this as clean as possible. First update that needs to be made, though, comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that did watch yesterday's video, hopefully remember me talking about 11 cents as resistance, but this would now be the ideal area of support. Meaning, Clay, going forward, what's the best case scenario? Well, if the price comes down here, bounces around, and then heads back up, yeah, sure, that would be a deep pullback. But even with a deep pullback, what would that still give you? Well, that'd give you a set of lows right there, a set of lows right there, a set of lows right there. And if you picture each one of those as stair steps, the stair steps would still very beautifully be heading in the upwards direction. So that's why, yeah, it's a deep pullback, not the most exciting thing, but it all depends on what your perspective going in is. Now, if the price cannot hold above 11 cents, the next level to keep an eye on is going to be that purple line there, which is the 50-period simple moving average. And as I've said in past videos and will continue to say, as long as the price is above that purple line, bulls are in full control, no questions asked from the overall perspective of things. So keep an eye on those levels. And, pretty interesting setup just to, in the sense of, well, is this the start of something bigger, or is this just going to be a healthy pullback? If it is a quote-unquote healthy pullback, then, the easiest way to see that is just, you want to see a higher low be built, because as long as you have higher lows, then the long-term uptrend remains totally intact. So we'll see what happens with it. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.